So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZW Games 5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below.
Hi YouTube, it's me, the Shy Pianist, or you may know as Donald of Zephyr Wargames, going to be bringing you my 61st deck, which is Witchcrafts. So, as I presented at the back, we have our, basically from deck 1 at the top left to all the way down to deck 60 as the background for this video. So, yeah, here we have it. Deck 61 Witchcrafts, which is Kotori for this. But yeah, let's crack straight into it. I am going to be boxing 3 cards because I couldn't get them from my box, but nonetheless, let's crack straight into it. So starting straight off, for Witchcrafts, I'm playing 2 Witchcrafter Madame Ver. Ver being glass for French, but yeah, she is your blanket negator for your opponent. All the witchcraft monsters that have an effect during either player's turn, they can discard a spell card and then activate effect. So for Madame Ver, she discards a spell card to then negate all your opponent's monsters' effects that are currently face up in the field. Her second effect is during damage calculation, and not damage step. She can, when a Witchcrafter monster you control is battling, you can reveal any number of different spell cards in your hand, and that monster gains 1000 attack and defense for that battle only. So yeah, she is very, as what they call the smug mistress of the deck. So next, I play 2 Witchcrafter Heine. Heine being, let's see, what was it? Romanian for cloves. Her effect is your opponent cannot target other spellcaster monsters you control with card effects, and her quick effect is that she can discard a spell card, target 1 face-up card your opponent controls, and destroy it. So literally your popper for the deck. Next, I only played the 1 Witchcrafter Edo. Edo's time being German for gemstone, hence her name. So her effect is she can discard a spell card, special summon 1 Witchcrafter monster from your hand, except for herself. And her other effect is she can tribute herself to then target 1 spellcaster monster in your graveyard, except for herself, and special summon it. And once again, all once per turn. Now, for the level 4 lower Witchcraft monsters, they all have the effect where during either player's during the main phase quick effect, you can discard a spell card, tribute to the grave, and special summon 1 spellcaster, 1 Witchcraft monster from your deck. So starting straight up, we play 3 Witchcrafter Smieta. Smieta being German for blacksmith. So her effect is, she discards and special summons 1 Witchcraft monster from your deck, except for herself. And her graveyard effect is that if she's in your graveyard, you can banish her, send 1 Witchcraft card from your deck to the graveyard, except for herself. And you can only use the effect once per turn. So that's that. Next, we play 3 Witchcrafter Pitole. Pitole being Italian for was it artist? Yeah. Her effect is that you tribute, send to grave, special summon from deck, and in your graveyard you banish her to then draw 1 card and then send 1 Witchcrafter card from your hand to the graveyard. And if you have none, you banish the entire hand as a result. So basically a reverse of Allure, basically, but you generally want to be discarding your high level Witchcrafter monsters in your hand to the grave from her effect. And last but not least, we have 3 Witchcrafter Pottery. Pottery being French for obviously pottery. Her effect is discard special summon from deck, and her graveyard effect is if you have no cards in your hand, you can banish her to then add back 1 Witchcrafter card in your graveyard back to hand. So ideally, her effect is useful when you've activated 1 of the Witchcrafter spells, and then you can then add it back from her effect rather than the limitation of the spell card. So that's it for the monsters. As you can see, it's like I'm playing it pure because the deck generally works best pure by itself, but you can play other engines along with the deck because you can alter the monster ratios to then accommodate for other techs and stuff. So, on to the spells. We play triple Witchcrafter creation. So, with all the Witchcrafter spells, they have a limitation in which you can only use one or the other effect once per turn. So for Witchcrafter creation, you add one Witchcrafter monster from your deck to hand, and during the end phase, while you control a Witchcrafter monster, you can add this from your graveyard back to hand. So there's your searcher. Next, we play triple Witchcrafter Holiday. This one is your reviver. So you simply target a witchcraft monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So like creation and with all of them, during your end phase, if you control a Witchcrafter monster, add it back to your hand. Next, we have I played two Witchcrafter collaboration. This allows you to make one Witchcrafter monster you control make a second attack during the battle phase for this turn, and also if it attacks this turn, your opponent cannot activate spells or trap cards until the end of the damage step. Kind of like an Ancient Gear effect, but yeah, it allows you to basically just double attack and works great with the Witchcrafter scroll, which we'll go into in a minute. So once again, you can add it back in your end phase if you haven't used its effect. Next, we have two Witchcrafter Draping. This allows you to target spells and traps your opponent controls up to the number of Witchcrafter monsters you control and return those targeted cards back to the hand. And that's really all it is, sort of a spell and trap removal, and ideally use it for floodgates, but in case, always discard it and add it back to your hand during the end phase. So yep, do that. For the other Witchcrafter spells, these are the continuous spells, so they have a sort of different limitation. So I'm going first with Bystreet. So Witchcrafter Bystreet allows you to protect your Witchcrafter monsters. So the first time a Witchcrafter monster or monsters you control would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, it is not destroyed. And then the following limitation is if you can either, if you have Witchcrafter monster you control with discard to activate a card effect, you can send this card from your side of the field to graveyard. The other option is if this card is in your graveyard, you can then set it to your side of the field. Hence, that's considered limitation. And for the last but not least is Witchcrafter Scroll. This allows you to, when your spellcaster monster destroys a monster by battle, you can draw one card. Hence, it's good with collaboration, getting you 2 draws with that effect. So same like Bystreet, if this is in your graveyard, you can set it to your side of the field, or if you would activate a spellcaster Witchcrafter effect to discard, you can send this from your side of the field to the graveyard. Alright, so the rest of the spells, we play triple Foolish Bearer of Goods. This is ideally to send your Witchcrafter spells from your deck to graveyard, then add during your end phase. Obviously not the same ones as the ones you already have, because you can only activate once one of them per turn. We play the One Reasoning. As you may have noticed, all the Witchcrafter monsters are different levels and different attributes. So playing Reasoning is a great way to just get out a free monster, and also send some spells to your graveyard. So you might send like some of your Witchcrafter spells to then add back to your hand during the end phase. Right, we play double Terraforming and triple Secret Village of Spellcasters. Ideally, this is a deck that controls, and going first, if you can end with Madame Ver, Secret Village and Bystreet is a very good standing to have to basically prevent your opponent from playing spells in this day and age. It's pretty, well, this current meta is very good, and to then negate your opponent's monster's effects is a plus on top of that. Right, for the rest, I play 2 Called by the Grave. This is generally to hit Ash, because if you may know, yeah, a lot of the level 4s, or in fact all the level 4 special summon from deck, so Ash really hits really hurts the deck. So I played 2 rather than 3. And to round up the deck, I was going with a different dimension reincarnation, but I decided to go with double summon, simply because with double summon you can then summon a different Witchcrafter monster to then special summon from deck. But if you play DDR and then revive the one that you just summoned, you won't be able to use her effect. Hence, double summons there for the case. But yeah, this is considered like a fun tech. So some of these cards you can very well take out, put in like hand traps, put in all of that, and make the deck suit for you. I have been told that you know, what other engines you would play with the deck. I have tried out the Prophecy build because you know, you're thinking if you're playing with spells in hand, you play Prophecies, but you kind of want to use your normal summons for your Witchcrafter monsters than anything else. And yeah, so keep that in mind. You can make a small little engine for Witchcrafts. As for the extra deck is non-existent because all the Witchcrafters are different levels and different attributes. Doesn't stop you from actually playing like Reaper targets, or if you want to go for like a sort of like Nightmare generic extra deck to use, that's also fine too. But yeah, the deck really does not need an extra deck because you're really focusing on using your main monsters on the field. So that is it for the deck profile. If there's any other deck profiles as you may have seen from all the decks I have here, by all means, like, just leave a message in the comments below. I'm happy to do any of the deck profiles, but admittedly all of my decks are generally cased for fun, so they don't get shown on this channel as much. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and as always guys, happy dueling!
What's up YouTube, Dan here from Zephyr War Games. Thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, please hit that big thumbs up button in the bottom corner as well. And don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you click that notification bell as well so you know every time one of our new videos goes up. Throughout the whole year of 2019, we're going to have more deck profiles, duels, and of course pack openings for you guys to watch and enjoy the entire year round. So stay tuned for more, and as always guys, happy dueling.